What's going on, Fort Worth family? It's Fort Worth Fabian. I'm back again with a video for y'all, man. And this one, man, it kind of came from left field. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't really know too much about what was going on. You know, I saw the headlines, but I didn't really know too much about the details. And as you can see, man, today we're reacting to Angelina Jolie exposes Oprah's creepy girls' school in Africa. So allegedly, more recent in the headlines, Oprah's been being called out. I think primarily Mel Gibson was the first to kind of initiate calling out for foul practices, foul activities in Hollywood circles. You know what I mean? Some of the elite have come forward. Jamie Foxx, of course, we got Angelina Jolie. I think Dave Chappelle's always been one, you know, speaking on this narrative about these Hollywood elites doing a lot of this weirdo, cultish, I don't know, initiation type of stuff that is just weird, bruh. And, you know, we always hear about Hollywood and, like, you know, pretty much how weird Hollywood is, and you know, to be point blank period, a lot of it's the playground of the enemy. You know what I mean? A lot of satanic weirdo-ness. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, this is from This Has Happened. We're gonna watch this video, and there's several other videos floating around on the internet in terms of people exposing Oprah Winfrey. Now, Oprah, she's kind of always had a certain rap, just in terms of what she kind of, you know, her perception of certain things. You know what I mean? She said some things in the past where it was like, you know, she's always been questionable in my book, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised this stuff is coming out. There's some rumors that she was associated with Weinstein when he was doing a whole scandal, you know, that she was an accomplice. So, hey, this stuff is just going crazy over the internet, and you know, the truth is always going to get exposed sooner or later. So funny enough, you know, Oprah's been very silent. She hasn't really came out in defense of her own you know, name and stuff like that. She ain't claiming no defamation. So 9 times out of 10 when they, you know, 9 times out of 10 when ain't nobody standing up for himself, more than likely it's true. So we're gonna watch this video, man. Let me know y'all's thoughts on everything going on more recently in the news. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Fort Worth Fabian. It's the road to 1 million, man. Peace, love, prosperity to everybody who's watching my videos. You can go to the playlist page to get a familiarization of the content I drop. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Angelina exposing Oprah for creepy girls' school in Africa? The heck?
Oprah Winfrey's controversial school for girls was recently hit with yet another disturbing scandal, and reports are circulating that these scandals are the main reason why Angelina Jolie famously refused to support Oprah's charity work.
But to believe that you can take them as property and them and sell them, and it's something from the dark ages, it is just so horrific. But
Shout out Chris Smith.
It's not isolated to Nigeria.
It's no secret that Angelina Jolie has never been a fan of Oprah.
Selling them? So she's alluding to sex trade? Whoa, sex trafficking on Oprah's part?
However, the tabloids always claimed that Angelina snubbed Oprah over her friendship with Jennifer Aniston. However, we're now hearing that Angelina's feud with Oprah was motivated by something much more serious, and Angelina reportedly had serious concerns over Oprah's girls' school, as well as Oprah's rumored connection to Hollywood predators.
It was called Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, and it had girls there from grades 8 to 12. But look how weird this is. Number of students, 322, but the faculty members, 666.
So what's really going on at Oprah's girls' school? Does Angelina Jolie know the real truth about Oprah's dark side? Let's break it down.
The first time I was in Cambodia, it was the first time I realized, I think we all have that moment in our lives where we kind of really question how much we know and our education and what we've been told.
Angelina Jolie and Oprah Winfrey have both built reputations as philanthropists and humanitarians, and yet they never really got along. In fact, Angelina reportedly has so much animosity towards Oprah that she can't even stand to be in the same room as her. Even when Angelina was still married to Brad Pitt, Brad went on The Oprah Show alone to discuss their family life, while Angelina repeatedly turned down Oprah's invites.
I think I read in some magazine where Angelina was saying that you all, as a family, is the greatest thing you all have done for your lives.
Yeah, as I say, it's...
You can tell he looked real uncomfortable. He said, yeah.
It's the greatest thing I've ever taken on. I can't imagine life without it.
And though tabloids initially...
Oprah talking about what she's reading in the magazines, bro. Tabloids is the last place you should get factual information. They stress the truth beyond necessary. I read in a magazine, I think it was O.
Initially speculated that Angelina was mad at Oprah for showing her support to Brad's ex, Jennifer Aniston, reports recently emerged that Angelina didn't care about any of that tabloid drama, and her main issue with Oprah allegedly stems from the disturbing scandals that plagued Oprah's school for girls in Africa. In 2007, Oprah opened a boarding school for girls in South Africa called the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, and she was reportedly hoping to get Angelina's endorsement.
No way co-signing, no foul play, Oprah.
This has been a long time coming. This is not just, for me, some small idea. This is a supreme moment of destiny for me.
This is my thing, though. A lot of these folks try to put everything they do on display. Every whatever the philanthropic type work, you know what I mean? Anytime they get back to the community, it's recorded. Why? So they can be seen in a certain light. You know, true givers don't need to expose it all. You know, it's even biblical when you give. Don't give in public so that you can get your own glory and recognition, man. Give, behind the scenes, give knowingly, and then your Father who in heaven will see what you do. You know what I mean? You don't need to expose it for the world. Why? People already know Oprah's got millions, if not close to $1 billion. People already know that she's done things and shit. You get a car, you know what I'm saying? Like at the Oprah show where you look under your seat, you got a prize. We know you give away and do things like that, Oprah. But I guess if her point or her ploy to, publicize the school was to get donations or investors, people to back, you can reach out. You're very powerful in Hollywood. You can reach out personally. You know what I mean? But for all this to just be ran over the media is just extra to me. There's always something behind it, you know what I mean, to where people have to publicize the philanthropic work. Like, why do you have to publicize it? To bring awareness? I don't know. I don't necessarily think it has to be done in that manner, but, to each their own. Let me know y'all's thoughts on that.
I've been coming to this day my entire life.
By that point, Angelina had already adopted her daughter, Zahara, from an orphanage in Ethiopia, and in 2008, she traveled to another African country, Namibia, to give birth to her and Brad's first biological child, Shiloh. Oprah was convinced that Angelina's connection to Africa would be enough to convince her to endorse her school. However, Angelina allegedly wanted no part in it, and one insider later said that Oprah was shocked to hear no because she's used to celebs fawning over her.
That's her second home.
Oprah thought Angelina would jump at the chance because she knows how much Angelina loves Africa, the insider said, adding, Oprah says it's the last time she'll ask Angelina to help with any of her causes. And though Angelina didn't know at that point that Oprah's school would end up being exposed for some very disturbing things, she reportedly had a bad feeling about the project. And Angelina wasn't the only one who felt this way. Multiple journalists criticized Oprah's school for being a vanity project, pointing out that the $40 million she spent on luxury facilities for a select group of girls could have benefited a far greater number of students across the country. Writing for Newsweek, journalist Allison Samuels revealed that the South African government initially wanted to help Oprah build the school. However, they pulled out of the project over criticism that the academy was too elitist and lavish for such a poor country. However, Oprah didn't care, and she fired back, saying her plan was to take girls with that it quality and give them an opportunity to make a difference in the world. I'd like to think I have as much good sense as I have money, so that's a lot of good sense.
That's crazy that you're going to a place, right, a country that's naturally, in turmoil, source of devastation. I mean, I don't know specifically about South Africa, but I'm talking about, I guess, in a continent sense. Africa be hurting. You know what I mean? But you're looking for it girls. That don't make sense to me. Why aren't you helping the people of the country of South Africa? You're over here on some, I don't know, man. That doesn't make sense to me, man. If, there's starving kids in Africa, there's starving kids in Africa. If there's uneducated kids in Africa, there's uneducated kids in Africa. Why do you got to pick the it people? Everybody, it should be inclusive, you know what I mean? For one, it's already just girls only. But now you're only picking specific girls, the it girl. What does that even mean? What does that entail?
Oprah said. But with all that money and common sense, we can't help but wonder how come Oprah chose all those sketchy people to teach her girls. And if you don't know what we're talking about, well, just months after the school was opened, a female member of staff was arrested after multiple students reported her for inappropriate behavior in SA.
We arrested a former employee who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault.
Oprah immediately flew to South Africa to meet with school officials and parents. However, she
Not a
later
good
seemingly
look, Oprah.
downplayed the incident during a press conference, claiming the girls weren't actually subjected to SA.
They didn't use the word. They implied that something inappropriate was going on.
What's SA mean,
Oprah also revealed that after she talked to the girls, more victims came forward who were previously scared of other staff members.
As a result of that conversation with the girls, by the next day, 5 other brave girls had come forward. But all the girls were afraid of repercussions from the remaining dorm matrons. So we immediately removed all remaining dorm matrons and put teachers in rotation in the dorms.
But see, according to Newsweek, Oprah personally picked the china, uniforms, sheets, and beds for the girls. And she even tested the beds herself for comfort. So we're expected to believe that Oprah put in more effort in picking sheets and beds for the school than selecting school staff? Also, Oprah spent $40 million on this school, and yet there were no security cameras anywhere? But the controversies didn't end there. Multiple parents later came forward claiming they were only allowed to visit their children at school once a month. It was a nightmare, one mother said. We had only 2 hours to see my child. Surely this isn't a prison or an institution. And according to another report, the SA allegations only came to light after one girl literally ran away from the school and told her parents she couldn't handle it anymore. However, it gets worse. In February 2011, a dead baby was discovered in one of the students' backpacks.
The heck?
However, a spokesman for Oprah told ABC News that Oprah would not be commenting on this case. But what made all these allegations even more disturbing is that in 2010, Oprah...
Did you know that
Wild
you could get
allegations.
$50,000 to over
Wild things coming out,
$150,000 of investment capital at zero?
traveled to Brazil to meet self-proclaimed medium and convicted offender John of God.
One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera. John of God agreed to sit down with me under a mango tree on the grounds of the casa.
The first time I saw it today, I was humbled by the experience.
Ela disse quando ela viu primeiro as pessoas hoje,
pouco, isso aqui pertence a você.
Because a little bit of this belongs to you.
This fool over here, people kissing his hands like he's some type of somebody. She said, bro.
Part of this belongs to you.
John ran a spiritual center in Brazil where he performed healing ceremonies on desperate people. However, in reality, he was doing something much worse. And in 2018, he turned himself into the authorities after facing over 600 accusations of SA. John was sentenced to over 60 years in prison, and yet all Oprah did was delete the interview with John from her website and issued a short statement saying she hopes the victims get justice. But isn't it website and issued a short statement saying she hopes the victims get justice?
This the face of a creeper, bruh. Look at him. He said, yes, Oprah, you are a part of this too. Oprah over here just falling for it. Oprah doing anything for an interview, bruh, just for content. That's the thing, man. These circles, man, these Hollywood circles, man. I can't even believe one time in the past I used to want to be in Hollywood, man. I used to want to go out to LA and, you know, put the film and TV production knowledge to use. And nah, man, like, you know, my plans to move to LA was before COVID, and everything just fell through. Like, and I think it was for a specific purpose, a specific reason, man. I'm not meant to be in these circles. Like, it's just too foul, in my opinion. You know what I mean? If you ain't got discernment, if you ain't really got the wisdom to see what's really going on here, then you just get sucked into it and you'll be just the veil pull over, you know, you'll be lost. All she did was delete the interview. She had nothing public to say about this, and basically she was in collaboration with this gentleman.
But isn't it interesting how all these stories were quickly suppressed in the media and no one even talks about Oprah's sketchy school anymore or her connections to all these creepy men? Well, the public may have forgotten about it, but Angelina Jolie certainly didn't. And a source close to Angelina recently revealed that she still can't stand Oprah, and she allegedly feels the real truth about Oprah is yet to be exposed. On top of that, Angelina knows Oprah was friends with Harvey Weinstein for years, and Angelina previously spoke out against him, telling New York Times, "I had a bad experience with Weinstein in my youth, and as a result, chose never to work with him again, and warn others when they did." As for fans, they're saying Angelina was right to trust her intuition because something definitely seems off about Oprah and her school. "Good for her," one fan said. "She knows who Oprah really is." "How's Harvey, Oprah? I remember the picture of her tongue in his ear. Sick people." And another fan wrote, "Jolie is a mom first and philanthropist second and an actress third. She is very intuitive. Oprah and Harvey Weinstein's relationship would ruin Angelina's image if any of the girls in the school would be harmed. She knows Hollywood inside and out, coming from famous acting parents herself. She knows who to associate with and who not to." But let's hear your thoughts on this. What do you think is the real reason Angelina refuses to associate with Oprah? Let us know in the comments.
Cause she a weirdo. What do you mean, man? Oprah be doing a lot of weird stuff, man. When you in that type of circle of the Hollywood elite, like pretty much y'all think the rules don't apply to y'all. So they start breaking they start sinning in all kind of ways, bro. They start doing all types of stuff. But, you know, I'll say this, man. I'll end with this, man. I don't really... There's a lot of weird and conspiracy things. There's a lot of theories people have. I believe when multiple people are able to, I guess, confirm something or confirm facts or information, that it tends to lean towards the true side. When multiple people have a certain account of something happening, then, I mean, at that point, you know, it's kind of undeniable. But I don't like to really point the finger too much. You know, this is just a video reaction. You know, we're just reacting based off this information. A lot of this information is foul. And Oprah's been accused of certain things throughout the years. And my thing is, only really God knows. You know, I mean, everybody's going to have their time to where they're judged. You know, it's not up to me to criticize or critique her. And I'm just going off information that's being presented. But, you know, if a lot of this stuff is true, at the end of the day, you know, she'll have her time and in judgment. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, if these girls are really under harm, you know, prayers out to them, you know, protection out to them. If this is some type of sex trade or some weirdo-ness going on, then it's got to stop immediately, you know what I mean? So hopefully if that's the case, this stuff gets exposed and we're able to put an end to it. But, you know, that's Angelina Jolie exposing Oprah's creepy girl school in Africa. I did have another video as far as Dave Chappelle and kind of some of the stuff he detailed as far as his experience with Oprah. So we're going to react to that one next. Let's see if we're able to connect some dots here. But let me know y'all's thoughts down below, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, @FootworFabian. It's the road to 1 million, man. Check out my trending playlists. I have a trending news playlist. I'll add this to that because obviously Oprah's name has been all in the media more recently. So with that being said, man, peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll catch you guys in the next video.